5 steps to say them. The first one is what? Community service. Number 2 is resume. Number 3 are essays. Number 4, recommendation letters. And 5, official transcripts. If you can't get past number 1, you're not going anywhere. You got to get past number 1. That's why it's the first one. I was working with all these students. When they began serving from the heart and really doing quality community service, they came to school because they wanted to, not because I made them and chased them after them. They began focusing on studying and having plans for a future because now they had a purpose. That's what you want. You want a purpose for your life. We've already discussed community service. What is it? Is it just the judge made you do it? Huh? For a lot of kids, it's that. I said, who's in community service? And everyone looks at me. No one wants to raise their hand because they're afraid I was in trouble. One boy, an actual application for scholarships, he wrote on there, didn't have to do it. Meaning he thought community service was when you get in trouble. No. And one boy said, well, I had some community service and I had a little bit of trouble. I said, can I count it? I said, well, did you do it? Did you document it? He said, right, I had to give it to the judge. I said, yeah, why not? He says, great, I got a whole bunch. You know, he was ready to go. He was ready to go. He'd been serving. Guys, service isn't just to the judge. And it's not because it's a requirement. It needs to start. Those scholarships for those children at 5 and 6 and 7 years of age is based on service. Service. And maybe your grades aren't 4.0. But if you have community service and quality community service, they will have great value for you, and you can win over someone with a higher grades. Began as no later than the 9th grade, required for most college and scholarship application, gives opportunity for what? Commitment over time, or priority of quality over quantity. As you start to see your year, it's going to give you a lot of time. You know, to really think about a service that will really touch you here. And try out many different things. You see that? You need time. You need time to serve. Okay, everyone write your name in your book. Get your book out. Take a look at it. Because we're going to start working through it now. I want you to go to this first page, 36. We're going to talk about how to community service activities that will be of great value and help you begin discovering your life purpose. That's what we want. Okay, Dave, you're going to share with us? Go ahead.
To never give up. Get a scholarship.
And just to apply for all the scholarships and not to give up on trying to get scholarships.
Okay, good. I like that. Okay, what else?
Anyone can get a scholarship if you go and apply for them. And there's a lot of money out there that's for us to get.
So how do I find my life purpose? How do I find out what I want to study?
You think about some of the interests that you have.
And I need experiences, right? I need to go try it out. Because I might not know if I like it if I don't try it out first. We're going to start looking at the book. So once you turn to page 36 and 38 in your workbook, we're going to talk about how we begin recording and organizing and planning our community service. Look at page 36. This is planning community service. Can you think right now of something you would like to do? It's usually related to what you love to do. Serve others is in any kind of activity. It can be, okay, we can start with the neighbor. This one young man said to me, I don't have time to do community service. I said, why? It's because all my neighbors have problems with their cars and they don't have money to fix them and I'm very mechanical, so I fixed everybody's cars in the neighborhood. For free. What do you think? Is that community service? Is that serving? I looked at him and said, you're doing community service. He said, really? So many times we do things without realizing we are really serving. Serving is anything I do for someone else and I don't get paid. And so they say to me, I have to work for free? You're kidding. And then, are you serious? Free? Yeah, you just do it because out of your heart you want to help someone else. Something never heard such a thing. I'm not doing that if I can't get paid. Doing something for somebody that can't do something for you back. I'm not going to give him a gift because he didn't give me a gift last year for Christmas. Right? You know that? I'm not sending that down the Christmas card because they didn't send me one. Right? No, serving is doing for anyone out of the heart of service because it's the right thing to do. It helps me become the person that I'm meant to be. The greatest persons are the persons that are first servants. Martin Luther King Jr. said, greatness comes from serving. But we think the opposite. Me, do for me, serve me, I want you to help me, right? No. You want to be great? You want to have fulfillment in your life? You want to have true joy? You want to find your life purpose? It starts from doing something for somebody else good. It's all the opposite of the way we think sometimes, isn't it? So let's look at that page. Community service. What is it? What would I want to be involved in? Who could I ask? Who would you ask? If you're interested in something. What do you think? Your counselor? Your parents? Maybe it's your church? In your community? Maybe they have signs or they have announcements somewhere? And I'm going to show you there are some sites where you can actually put your zip code in. I know some of you live in very small communities. So I'm going to show you how you can do community service of great value without having to go outside of where you live. So first, the thing about planning. How would I plan something? What would I like to do? Who would I ask? How could I begin? How many have already done some community service? Raise your hand. Wonderful. Share with us what you've done. That's good. She says she's gone to a club, and clubs are required in 3 hours community, and that's nice. But it's like a one-time you go for a couple of hours, then the next month you go some hours, and that's nice. But you need it long-term, over a period of time, on the same activity, with a commitment. Okay? That's the beginning to experiment. But for a major competition, that's not going to cut it. Okay? I'm just telling you. And it's maybe not going to help you, maybe begin certainly some things you like, but you need to spend more time in a certain area to see if this is what I really like. You need more time. That's why you need to start early, right? So it gives you enough time to do it. But that's good. Who else has something they've done? Okay, share with me. And you don't charge anybody anything. Wonderful. He helps people to prep their deers and get them all cut up. That's wonderful. And then also he helps to fix people's bikes and your mechanic and climbing. Did you ever think that was community service? Yeah. Have you recorded it? Well, we need to talk about recording it, okay? A lot of you are doing things, helping neighbors, fixing things, doing things in your neighborhood, just because it's the right thing to do, right? Not because you're looking for money, but you don't see this community service. Well, see, how can we turn that into a service that I can document and put on the application? That's the key. Anyone else have something you want to share with you? Wonderful. So you recognize veterans, and it's really a good feeling, isn't it? They feel like they're forgotten, and no one remembers all the things they did. That's great. That's really good. Anyone else want to share something they've done? Once a week they go to elementary school. This is ongoing then, and they're able to talk and visit, encourage young children. You know, one of the greatest dropout rate is between, ironically, middle school and already students in elementary school are thinking about maybe they're not going to finish school. So you're getting a great service. You're building a relationship with them too, which is so important, a relationship. That is wonderful, building relationships. Okay, so this form, you need a plan. You need to really sit down and make a plan. Counseling teacher can get with you, or you can get with your parents. Make a plan. It's really related to what I like to do. You love animals? Find a vet you can work with. Volunteer. Help a shelter. There were 2 boys, 10 and 12 years old, in Blackfoot, Idaho. Their project this summer, which is their self-initiated project, was to go in and do something to help the shelter. They cleaned the cages, groomed the animals, played with them, walked them. There's a dog park, a little park to exercise the animals. They took them there. They cleaned up the park. They cleaned up a bench that was there. They made it presentable and nice. They applied to a national award this summer. 200 applications nationally. It was $1,000, and they won. 10 and 12 years old. They loved animals. They were able to adopt a dog this summer. More dogs were adopted this summer than any other time in the history of that animal shelter. So they were not killed. They were not euthanized because they were adopted by loving families. They put pictures on Facebook. They did everything to promote these animals that needed to be adopted. You know what their next project is? they're raising funds to build another building at the animal shelter. A 10 and 12-year-old. And they're applying to all these scholarships and awards. You think they're going to win? Do you think they're finding their life purpose? Do you think what they love to do? Do you think they'll do better in school? Do you think they're more motivated to go to school? Yes. They got letters from the chief of police, the mayor, they're on the television, they're on the newspaper, commemorating and recognizing them for their service at this animal shelter. Wow. They started with early, discovering what they love to do. They love animals. Now imagine now they're writing a scholarship application. And they talk about their service in this animal shelter for the past 5 years, 6 years, and all the things that were accomplished. And they have all this recognition. And maybe other things that you'd be involved with. Do you think they'll be the prime candidates to win that money? To get admitted to that university? The answer is yes. They found it with their passion about what they love. That's why I say we need time, we need experiences, we need to get out, we need to turn that computer and that Xbox on. It's not bad, but it's out of control. It's wasting too much of our valuable time. Our life is passing. Could we miss this life purpose? Could I miss it? What do you think? What do you think yourself? Could I miss it? How can I miss it? I'm too busy on my computer and my video games, right? I'm lazy. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do that work. I don't want to listen to my parents. You think you miss it that way? I can make the wrong what? Choices. And miss what I was meant to be. And that beautiful person and that opportunities are waiting for me. I could miss it because of not making right choices now when I'm 14, 15. Yes. Don't miss your life purpose. Guys and girls are 35, 40 years old and are still trying to find it and missed it because they made the wrong choice. Make right choices today so that you can find that. Right? And it's for everyone. You're unique and beautiful with all kinds of gifts. You have so much to offer. There's a potential greatness and leadership in every single one of you. But you will make the choice if you will reach that. It's your choice. Remember that. And there are no dream stealers allowed. I hear so many dream stealers that say to students, you can't go to college. You're not college material. You'll never do that. You're not good enough. You're the stupid one in the family. And Buddha! Right? The donkey in the family. You're no good just like your father. Or like your tia. We never meant to have you. You're just an accident. All the things that we get told to steal our dreams and our hopes. We say it's for somebody else and not for me. Don't believe it. It's a lie. We're going to talk about the lies we believe are destroying our dreams. You have the choice. It is your choice. And you could be someone great and accomplish wonderful things.